Hello, how you doing? Today on the menu we're going to make chicken adobo. Very, very famous dish, especially from the Philippines. But I'm calling this one Chicken Adobo Supreme. The method that we're using takes a bit longer than normal, but it really is worth it. And what we've got here, we've got a couple of chickens just cut in half, which is, again, is quite unusual. It would normally be done in pieces, but this method and this recipe I do think is really, really, really delicious. Let's get moving. Okay, let's get started on this. So I've got 2 chickens here. They're about 900 grams each, 1 kg each. What I've done is I've just cut them straight down the middle in half, as you can see, like that. We're going to do a marination on these. I've got 2 cups of soy sauce. This soy is a light soy. I've got plenty of black pepper, maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons there, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of garlic. You can judge these exactly how you want. If you want a bit more pepper, add a bit more. Very simply, what we're going to do, we're going to get these 3 onto our chicken, give it a mix, and then leave it to marinate just for a little while. So I've got a mixing bowl there, as you can see. I've also got some lovely sexy gloves on. Now, if you wanted, of course, you could be cutting this into smaller parts, like, chop it up into parts and do that. We're going to do this version today where the chicken is just halved. Very simply, 2 cups of the light soy, black pepper, and like I say, I'm not going to be very, I'm not shy with this. I'm going to really go for it. I really want a nice amount of pepper on there. We're not going to add any salt to this because of the soy. And then the garlic, look at that, a nice handful of garlic there. Well, in I go. I'm going to mix that around. Now, what you want to do is we're going to get this covered with some shrink wrap, plastic wrap, or cling film, whatever you call that, in the refrigerator. Minimum 2 hours overnight would be fabulous. This is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So here we are. I left my chicken for about 4 hours. We're now at the cooker. I've got some oil in there. I'm using a sunflower oil. Use something like corn oil or something like that. We're going to grab our chicken. We're going to pop them in here. And on a medium heat, don't go too crazy with this. We're going to fry these for about 8 to 10 minutes, medium heat, turning often. And halfway through, I'm going to be adding all of that. Now, you need to do it no later than 50% of the way through, because that has had hours and hours of raw chicken in it, so you don't want to add it too late. 50% of the way through, or in about 5 minutes time, we can add it and it will cook off, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we're about 5 or 6 minutes in. It's now that we can add the rest of that lovely marination. Now, it is very, very important that you don't add that rest of that marination any later than this. It needs to cook off because, like I say, it has been sitting in raw chicken. So about another 4 or 5 minutes and this is done. Don't worry, by the way, if you think your chicken's not cooked all the way through. It probably isn't at this stage, to be honest, because we're going to be cooking it much further a bit later on. But this process is going to give it some amazing flavour and some lovely colour. So off goes the heat. what we're going to do now is get this out, put it on a plate, and we're going to move on to the next step. This is going to be wonderful. And like I say, that chicken's not cooked all the way through. Don't panic about it. You don't want to overcook it at this stage, because we're going to cook it at another stage a bit later. Okay, so you can see that our chicken is there, beautifully half cooked. Now what we've got here is the following: vinegar, soy, bay leaf, water, peppercorns, sugar, and oyster sauce. Let's go through those again. So vinegar, I've got a white vinegar. I'm actually using this type of vinegar. You can use something else if you can't get your hands on that one. 2 or 3 bay leaves. Soy sauce. Now I'm using a light soy, and there's 1 cup there. There's about half a cup of vinegar. So you need 1 to half of the ratio to the soy to the vinegar. Water, 1 cup again. Black peppercorns, you can see what I've got there, a couple of teaspoons. A nice tablespoon there of brown sugar. What that does is kind of hides the acidity of the vinegar. And then, unusual this is, you wouldn't normally put this in a traditional adobo, but we've got oyster sauce. A little bit of that in there is fantastic, and I've probably got in there 3 or 4 tablespoons. That's it. We're going to get this all in a pot, simmer away. It's wonderful. So you're going to need some sort of wok or pot. You can see I've got this nice heavy wok here. What I'm going to do is we're going to start off by putting in our chicken, and you can hear that we're on not a simmer, but above a simmer heat. Any little bit of juices from the chicken, in that goes. Then we're going to go vinegar, water, soy. I'm using light soy. If you wanted, you could use dark soy. The bay leaves, tablespoon of brown sugar. White sugar can also work. And the peppercorns. Okay, what we're going to do is get our chicken down there like that. That is looking fabulous. I'm going to cook this just for about 5 minutes, just like this. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add some more liquid. Okay, that's been going just for 5 minutes, just to sort of get it on its way. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more water. You don't want to add tons of water, actually. Adobo doesn't need to be swimming in there. And now we're going to add the oyster sauce. Just a little mix around there. So, lid's going to go on. Remember, we're not on a very high heat, and we're going to go for about 20 to 25 minutes now. I'll see you then. It's going to be absolutely out of this world. Okay, off goes the heat. Let's jump in and take a look. That's beautiful. You can see it's reduced down really quite nicely. Like I say, you don't want it swimming. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take the chicken out and serve it on a plate, and then we're going to come back and do something just here. Okay, so the chicken's out and served. We've got our lovely adobo there, our lovely adobo sauce. Now, many of you may have said you haven't used any onions, and you're correct, I haven't used any onions. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to get some green onions in there, cut nice and chunky. Nice big spring onions, scallions, or green onions, whatever you call them. And the heat's on medium. We're just going to go for 3 minutes, and then we're going to be pouring this onto our chicken. Fantastic. So our chicken is there. What I've done is I've just got the onions and the bay leaf and the peppercorns out. The reason I've done this is because that wok that I've used is supremely heavy. It's a really heavy one. It's a bit awkward to pick up and pour for an old man like me. So there's the spring onions, and like I say, just a couple of minutes in that marination to give it a nice extra flavor. And then here's the actual beautiful adobo sauce. Look at that, that is absolutely divine. Like I say, you don't want to go crazy with the amount of sauce. You don't want it swimming in there. I'm done. That's it. How wonderful. So I'm super happy with that. Now there are much quicker ways of making this. Chop it all up, raw chicken in, everything goes in, boil away. You can do that method if you want. I think this really works nicely though. It's worth the extra mile to go to get that looking so beautiful. I do hope you enjoy that. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, thumbs up and all that stuff. It helps us out a great deal. We'll see you soon. Lots of love. Thank you so much for checking out our videos. We're currently steaming ahead to actually reaching nearly 100 million views, which is fantastic. I think we've got over 3,000 uploads now. We've really been going at it since I think 2012 we started back in the day. But yeah, thanks so much for watching our videos. Please do give us a thumbs up. It really does help us out a great deal, and also leave a comment. We do like to hear from you. Now, what we've been up to, so lots going on. We're now based in Bahrain. We're here for a little while in the kitchen here, which is fantastic. We're having a great time. Kids are really enjoying themselves. We are cooking away at a rapid rate, trying to do this new series called Eating with Locals, where I want to go and eat with different, people from different nationalities and eat their food and have a little chat, see if I can learn something. Hoping this COVID thing's gonna shift. Don't know when it's going to happen, but maybe soon. If it does, I'm going to get back on the road. I want to get back on an aeroplane, as I'm sure many of you do as well, and get out there and sort of, see the sights, taste some food and meet some people. It would be fantastic if you would buy us a cup of coffee. Help us along with the channel. We're not funded in any way. We're self-funded. We don't endorse any products. There's a link down below. If you would like to buy me a coffee, a couple of dollars, or whatever you want, just follow the link. That would be fantastic. That's about it. We're doing great. We hope that you're doing fine, and we'll see you soon. Lots of love.